Cities are vibrant, dynamic places, but living in them comes with unique challenges. Heavy traffic, air pollution, constant noise, and high urban density are more than just daily inconveniences. They have a profound impact on our mental health, increasing stress and anxiety, and affecting our overall well-being. But these urban pressures don't just stop at the individual level. They also contribute to broader environmental harm, reminding us that the health of our cities and the health of our planet are deeply connected. So, how do we begin to address these complex, interwoven challenges? It starts with coordinated action on 3 key challenges: creating and enhancing public spaces that promote well-being, advancing sustainable and regenerative construction practices, and transforming the culture of overconsumption through civic engagement and behavioral change. Let's start with public spaces. Research shows that access to green and blue spaces, areas with vegetation and water, can significantly reduce stress and support mental health. These spaces offer more than just a place to relax. They create favorable conditions for local ecosystems, supporting biodiversity and contributing to planetary health. When cities invest in parks, gardens, and waterfronts, they're not just making life better for people. They're helping the environment too. Next, consider the buildings and infrastructure that make up our cities. Traditional construction methods often rely on materials and processes that are harmful to the environment. But new strategies are emerging. By using sustainable, recyclable, and low-impact materials, like certified wood or rammed earth, and incorporating bioclimatic solutions that reduce energy consumption, we can dramatically cut emissions from the construction sector. These regenerative design principles help create healthier cities and more resilient ecosystems. Technology is also opening up new ways to understand and address urban health challenges. At the ergoUX Laboratory of Ergonomics and User Experience at the School of Architecture, Lisbon University, researchers are taking a human-centered approach to architecture and urbanism. By involving citizens and stakeholders throughout the design process, they ensure that solutions truly meet the needs of the community and the planet. One study, led by PhD candidate Barbara Formiga, explored how architectural features can promote relaxation and recovery for people under stress. We created several rooms where we manipulated a set of characteristics of the architectural space, such as the size of the openings to the outside, the exterior landscape, and the existence of water mirrors of various sizes. These rooms were modeled in 3D, and panoramic images were created which were presented in virtual reality to the study participants. The objective was to determine how the characteristics of the architectural space contributed to the participants' relaxation and recovery. We created a baseline situation in virtual reality to provoke stress in the participants after they are immersed in the virtual reality environments. We measured the subjective perceptions of the participants in relation of the level of stress and recover. We also measure the participants' physiological reactions using biosensors to capture changes in heart rate, respiratory rate, and electrodermal activity. The results were clear. Visual access to green areas significantly improved relaxation and well-being. This kind of research helps us understand how the design of urban spaces can directly influence our emotional and physiological states. But designing effective urban spaces, in a human-centered design perspective, isn't simple. Individuals exhibit diverse needs, motivations, and behavioral patterns, responding differently to the characteristics of urban environments. Given this diversity, the primary challenge in urban design lies in developing spatially inclusive and responsive solutions that address population heterogeneity and promote equitable experiences of space use and appropriation. That's why the ergoUX team uses tools and methodologies like generative artificial intelligence and predictive models, for example, Kansei engineering, which connects multisensory stimuli, what we see, hear, smell, and touch, with our emotional and behavioral responses. In other studies, artificial intelligence is also being used to automatically assess how safe and pleasant different urban environments feel to people in real time. Human behavior in urban spaces offers valuable insights. For example, in emergency situations, people often follow intuitive spatial affordances rather than official signage, which can have serious consequences. Understanding these patterns helps inform safer, more effective urban design. Finally, there's the challenge of overconsumption and the culture of the self that dominates many populations. This mindset leads to environmental degradation, increased stress, and social isolation. To counter this, fostering a culture of empathy, environmental responsibility, and community is essential. Education, civic participation, and participatory design can encourage sustainable behaviors. Even digital games are being developed to raise awareness about the impact of our actions on planetary health. By reimagining our cities through these lenses, we can create urban environments that support both human and planetary health, making cities better places to live for everyone. One way to change inappropriate behaviors is through gamification, which uses game mechanics to inspire how people should think and act in the urban environment. At the ergoUX lab, we have been developing interactive, playable experiences that use virtual reality platforms and personal computers. Take the digital game Who Did It? Created by students Rita Carvalho and Bruna Almeida. This digital game for children is an adventure that blends humor, mystery, and a strong environmental critique. The primary goal of the experience is to raise ecological awareness and promote collective responsibility among players. The protagonist, Jim, is a simple ticket seller who unexpectedly finds himself investigating the environmental degradation of the island where he lives. Throughout his journey, Jim interacts with various characters, each representing different aspects of society, and delves into an interactive narrative that explores how both individual and collective actions can harm the environment. The game unfolds in 3 distinct settings: the city, the beach, and the forest. And in each, Jim receives missions that involve cleaning up polluted areas and uncovering who is responsible for the destruction. Each mission invites players to reflect on the consequences of their daily choices, showing how even the smallest actions can have a significant impact on the planet. Usability and user experience studies indicated that the game not only provides an immersive and enjoyable experience, but is also highly effective in conveying its environmental message. Players showed high acceptance and engagement, absorbing the content in an intuitive and meaningful way. In the end, the game becomes not just an interactive experience, but a powerful tool for teaching future generations the value of environmental preservation and the importance of collective actions for change. This project, therefore, not only invites children to have fun, but also challenges them to rethink their habits and actively engage in protecting our planet. His game, developed by student Vasco Sande, tackles a crucial issue in today's world: fake news and the search for truth. In this interactive adventure, the player takes on the role of a journalist trying to uncover the truth behind a company that, while claiming to be environmentally sustainable, actually uses hazardous chemicals in the production of clothing. The company misrepresents itself as eco-friendly, misleading consumers in the process. The player's main objective is to find evidence that reveals the company's lies, and this must be done as quickly as possible. Controlling an avatar inside the company's premises, the player needs to take photographs that can serve as proof of the company's dishonest practices. However, there is a limited amount of time to accomplish this task, and at the same time, the player must avoid the company's security systems and alarms. If caught by a sensor, the game is lost, and the player must restart. More than just a challenge of espionage, this game encourages deep reflection on how information is consumed and how we are often led to believe distorted or manipulated versions of reality. By encouraging players to search for the truth through research and cross-referencing different sources, the game aims to foster a critical attitude, grounded in fact, toward the information we encounter daily. This game not only challenges players to act quickly and intelligently, but also invites them to reflect on the importance of questioning, investigating, and validating information before accepting it as true, an essential skill for developing informed, conscious citizens. By engaging players emotionally and intellectually, gamification becomes a tool for both individual and collective transformation. Promoting environmental awareness isn't just about rules or regulations. It's about changing mindsets and behaviors, using creative strategies like digital games to make sustainability a shared goal. When we play, we learn. And when we learn, we're empowered to act for the health of our planet. In summary, promoting urban health requires going beyond regulatory compliance by adopting an integrated approach that restores access to public health spaces to effectively tackle urban pressures. In this video, we address 3 key challenges to effectively tackle urban pressures: creating and enhancing public spaces that promote citizen well-being, advancing sustainable and regenerative construction practices, and transforming the culture of overconsumption through civic engagement and behavioral change. These efforts must be grounded in evidence of how people live, feel, and behave in urban environments. Recognizing that urban health is inseparable from planetary health,